Hi YouTube. So, I've been living with pretty bad internet for like a year, but a few weeks ago my landlord fixed so fiber came into the house, and it was amazing. I got really high speed internet. I didn't have any lag when I played video games. Back then, or like a few weeks ago, we used to play a lot of Rocket League, and some days I couldn't hardly play because he had his router in the basement in the house that is connected to my house, but the signal was traveling through concrete and all that stuff, and I had decent Wi-Fi repeater just by the window, but the signal from his router wasn't strong enough, so I got really laggy internet. Then they connected fiber to the house, and it's connected to the attic just above me, and so the fiber comes through a long pipe, and then there is a box from the company that delivers fiber, and then he connected a really good Wi-Fi router to that box, so I got great internet speed inside my house. When I took some different tests on my phone, I was way over 100 megabit per second every time, or somewhere around, but it never went down under 100 megabit per second. Then he needed his router inside his house because they have a telephone line, you know, the sort that we don't use anymore. Almost, we only have our cell phones, but they have the old style telephone, and he needed to connect this telephone line directly into the router, so he took down the router and put it inside his living room, and it's just the living room is really close, so I was using my Wi-Fi repeater, and it worked okay, but I dropped from like well over 100 megabit per second down to 20 megabit per second in download and upload, and that's pretty okay. Still, I could play games, didn't notice any lag, but being a tech nerd, you want the very best. But I know that I could use the Wi-Fi repeater as an access point, so I tried to connect it up in the attic. So a few days ago I was climbing up and down like 8 times, but because the box that has where the fiber comes in, it only has one output, I bought this media switch that had 5 different ports, and my idea was to connect the box to the media port, and then connect his internet and my Wi-Fi repeater, configuring it as a access point, and I got good speed. I was around 40 to 60 megabit, which was more than double the speed I had when I used the Wi-Fi repeater as a repeater. But there was some problem because for some reason when I connected my Xbox One and my PlayStation 4 and the computer as well, something went wrong with the IP. So every time one unit needed IP, the other just stopped, so I could play Xbox One with good speed, but then suddenly the computer requested IP and the Xbox One went down, so I got really angry again because it was just back to the old days, but this time it wasn't working at all actually. So I took the Wi-Fi repeater, I put it down here again, and I used it as a repeater once again. Did some configuration, tried the fast lane where you connect the router to the repeater, and then the repeater to your console, using the 2.4 gigahertz one way and the 5.0 gigahertz the other way, and it worked okay. still around 50-60 megabit per second, but the coverage was pretty bad because the repeater was pretty small. Like in this size, you just plugged it into the outlet in the wall. But I needed something better, so I got myself this one. Just look at the name, Nighthawk. This looks really badass. It costs like 3 times more than the Wi-Fi repeater I used before, and yeah. So let's say we unbox this bad boy and see if it works better. I really hope it does. So let's unbox it. Alright, let's unbox this. I'm really excited to see if the internet works any better, or at least if I get a stronger signal, because that's the problem. With the old Wi-Fi repeater I got pretty good upload and download speed, but the coverage inside the house and between my landlord's router and my repeater was somewhat bad. But I mean, if they make something like this, it must be for a reason. It must be because people like me need high-speed internet. And my idea is to install it in my living room, and then I'm going to try out the Xbox and the PlayStation 4 wireless, and also try to wire Xbox, because that's the console I play on the most. So it's like opening a new video game console. It looks like a mix between Wii U and PlayStation 4. But all it is a very badass repeater. So just gonna try to get all the plastic off. Lots of plastic, sticky plastic. Well, let's see, what's that? Oh, it's some info. Yeah, right. So here we have it. There's a USB 0.3 port on the front. There's some lights here, and there's a lot of connection. These are for the antennas. This if you want to wire stuff. Yeah, I also gonna connect hard drive to this USB port. I have hard drive, wireless hard drive in the house. Maybe even connect the printer actually, but let's start with the hard drive first. Some manuals, we don't need that. Power adapter. This is the stand if you want it upright. I think I'm gonna mount it on the wall actually. Let's see. No, there's no way to mount this on a wall. Oh, there is, but not without building something. So I think I'm just gonna use this and put it upright in the window. The stand. Yeah, nothing more exciting. So let's see when you put on the stand what it looks like. This is where you read the manual, but you don't read the manual, because that's cheating. You just try it out until it works, or you destroy it. Alright, so here it is. This is not sponsored by Netgear. I wish it was. If Netgear wished to sponsor me by giving me free stuff, please do. I show you logo like 10 times in this video. There's a lot of like for the fans, so it doesn't get hot, I suppose. There's 3 antennas, and I mean they are pretty big. Just one of those antennas is like the size of my old Wi-Fi repeater, which I like. I must say, like, I didn't have anything against the Wi-Fi repeater. It was a good repeater if I had the router in the same building, or it is in the same building, but then it would probably work out pretty good, but because it's so far away, then it was maybe too easy for. Right, this is gonna look like something out of a Star Wars movie or something like that. Right? Can you? Alright, you can. Right. And right. So here is the router. As you can see, it's got really big antennas. Oh, that's just ridiculous. Alright, the next step is, there is my window, there's a spot over here. I'm gonna connect it, I'm gonna try it out. When I install it, I'm not gonna record anything, because I'm just gonna plug in the power, and then I'm just gonna start it. But I'm gonna record back at my computer again when I'm making the setup for the router, or the extender. So see you guys again soon. Alright folks, unboxing done. You can actually see the router over there. I think I'm gonna keep it in the window, but I think I'm gonna hide it like a little. I'm gonna use my phone to make the setup. So let's try this out. So let's go into, oh, this is nice, just watching me looking at my phone. Right, so when I try to log into the Wi-Fi extender, it needs a password. Of course it needs a password. So excuse me for a second. You know how I told you just now that you don't need to don't need the manual? Well, guess I was wrong. Guess I need the manual. Let's see here. Alright. So it says I should connect to the, let's see, by the computer, to the extender, but it doesn't say anything about a password. I don't remember if it was a password last time. Let's see. All right. All right. Let me figure this out. Let me stop recording for a while. Right, and there seemed to be some problem with the login, with the installation, so I needed to reset the extender, and now I can hopefully make a new installation. So we're gonna try this. All right, some security questions. All right. This I don't want to show you actually. I don't think you can log into the, but let's just make a new. Alright, and we're back. Europe sounds good. And we're gonna use it as a Wi-Fi range extender. Let's see, the signal string to my landlord's Wi-Fi router. Right, let's see here. So, right, 32 and 23. That's not very good. So I'm gonna need to move the extender to the other window and maybe adjust the antenna, but let's just make it let's just make the setup for now, and then I'm gonna take care of everything. And then I of course need the password for his router. So the good news is that I enjoy making this. I don't mind installing techie stuff as long as it works when I'm done. But I'm gonna eat some Pringles when I'm done to celebrate. Alright. We're gonna make one call, and we're gonna make another one call. And then we're gonna connect. Installing stuff. Maybe sing a song or something? No. I can show you my new mouse that I bought today. 70 kroner, that's less than $1 actually. Because this is a model that we don't have at work anymore. And you can change the color on it. Pretty ugly, but it works great. And I needed a new mouse, so that was entertaining, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Alright. So it flashes nicely over there. The Netgear logo actually flashes. Right, so I'm gonna try and move it to the other end of the room. And let's see if it's... Alright, let's continue, and then we lose the connection because... And then we can... Alright. And then we need to... All these passwords, I understand the security, but... Right, and then we're gonna also... on my phone, because the... let's see here. Let's take this one. The network card in the computer is a pretty cheap one because I don't use the computer for gaming, so I just needed to check mail and stuff like that. Right, we're the connection works good. Let's try and see the speed on my phone and on the computer. Right, pretty slow. I think it's because of the signal strength. Let's try it on the computer. I think it's pretty slow on the computer too, but let's try it anyway. Yeah, very slow. Alright, and now comes the good part. There is something called Fastlane on Netgear. Yeah, right, success. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Alright, so Alright. 1 minute to download Swedish. That's good. Alright. Oh, there's also this app. I'm gonna try that one. Right, up to alright. It says the speed is pretty good. Right, let's try out Fastlane. Let's alright. let's make it 2, and let's save this one. Because enabling fast lane makes the router use one antenna for receiving the information and the rest to transmit, so that's good. Alright, still pretty bad signal strength from my landlord, but we're gonna take care of that. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this up because it's just a lot of installing and stuff. I'm gonna take the router, right, let's, from this window here and move it over here. And it's just by my landlord's wall, so I think it's gonna work perfectly. I'm gonna try the Xbox One wireless, and I'm gonna try the Xbox One wired, and let's figure out which one works best. Tomorrow is giveaway time, so that's gonna be fun. See you guys. Bye.